Yeah, yeah, yeah. GlowChat.
Hi and welcome back to GlowChat, a podcast all about skincare, self-care and everything in between. I am your host Vic, and as always I'm joined by founder of GlowFound, Claire.
Hello.
And today we are joined by a very special guest. We have Emily Snow.
Hello.
Hi,
Thanks
Emily.
for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
You are a makeup artist.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about how long you've been doing this for and how you got into it in the first place.
Yeah, so I've been a makeup artist now for about 10 years, started in 2016. However, I feel like when COVID happened, we kind of missed like 2 years of work.
Yeah,
So technically
count.
8 to 10 years. I got into makeup because my mum was a makeup artist. She used to have her own salon, and it was like a makeup only salon. And back then, that was like the first of its time. Like we always had hairdressers, but we never had like a makeup only salon. So I was her Saturday girl. I was still in school. And I remember just like not wanting to go to uni. It just like nothing of that kind, like it just didn't appeal to me. And I remember just watching my mum like work one day and she was just like doing this woman's makeup. She looked so gorgeous. They were laughing and she got paid for it. And then I just remember thinking, I could make somebody laugh and make them look good and I can get paid for that. Like maybe I'll just do makeup then. And then my mum was like, well, you can go to college. And so that's been it ever since.
So you've always had that creative streak then from
I've always
your mum?
enjoyed, I've always been creative and like art was like my favourite subject, but like to kind of go to uni and do that, it just wasn't really a path that seemed logical for me. And I always liked girly things. I've always been into makeup, so it just felt like a natural kind of stepping stone from there. So yeah.
So you've obviously spoken about how long you've been a makeup artist for, but on your kind of Instagram and things like that, you've been quite open and honest about experienced burnout as well and how that has physically affected your health.
Yes.
Would you mind talking a wee bit about
of course,
that?
So I think we can all relate to saying yes a lot of the time. We don't, like, especially when you're younger and you're starting out in the industry, you just want to do as many jobs as you can.
And especially as a freelance as well.
Because if you
feel
don't,
like
you don't
can
get
never
paid.
say no to work.
So I think probably since I left college with makeup, I've always had this like crazy work ethic, like always like I need to work, I need to say yes, I need to do these jobs, I need to be in these rooms and meet these people, blah, blah, blah. And so it was such a natural way of me to work. And I think up until literally last year, say like from October last year, 2 years like prior to that, I was working like 60 weeks with only one day off a week, which is not healthy in hindsight. I now know that. But I was just so laser focused on like making money, doing well, getting content, like always looking like I'm busy, and I was. But yeah, in October last year, like overnight, basically I woke up and I was deaf in one ear. But I'd never had an ear infection before. So I kind of was like, oh, maybe this is just an ear infection. Spoke to a few doctors. They were like, nope, definitely not that. Tried antibiotics, like tried to clear it all, just wasn't it. Got referred to an ENT specialist. We did a hearing test and they were like, yeah, you've got profound like hearing loss. Like what happened? Like they were kind of trying to investigate like if I'd been unwell and whatnot. But the night before I'd lost my hearing, I remember feeling like exhausted. Like I've been tired before, but this was like physical exhaustion that I've never known. Like my body just felt really heavy. And you know, maybe I thought I had COVID or something like that. I felt really run down, just not healthy at all. And for the whole of last year, I was constantly unwell, constantly like feeling run down, sore throat, like, but never ill enough to be in my bed. So I just kept going, kept working, kept showing up. And so, yeah, that's just been my life since October. My hearing's not come back. So now I'm trying to I've had to make some huge adjustments in my life. You know, I've quit a part-time job that I had just to kind of like relax my nervous system a wee bit more. It's all a lot of like inflammation that I've been told, inflammation of the nerves in my ear. And it is like a direct link to exhaustion, burnout, stress, like all of those things. So yeah, it's been a bit of a journey.
Especially women as well. I think actually just obviously I was a stylist in a previous life and things. I think when you've got a career like that, you feel when you're doing something you actually really enjoy, there's a part of you that feels guilty for saying that you're tired because
God, yeah.
you know you're not, commuting every morning or sitting at a job that you hate all day.
You're like, this
that
is
you
what I signed up
actually
for.
physically want to do the work. It's not that you don't want to. So then there's almost that kind of guilt, like you don't want to say you're tired because you know you're not, like a doctor or a nurse or something
exactly.
like that. That you think, I'm doing something I love. Like, there's
and
almost
also
like a guilt.
in like social media, like I would see, my makeup pal, like my friends who are also makeup artists, like they seem to be working a lot as well. It's all smoke and mirrors on social media, isn't it? We always want to put our best self forward. So obviously comparison is like the biggest thief of joy. And I would go on socials about, oh, well, they were working today. Oh, maybe I should have opened my diary, or maybe I should have done this. And, oh, they work Sundays, or maybe I should start working Sundays, blah, blah, blah. And just not like aligning it with what I actually want and what I want for my week, basically. I just wasn't working it well at all. So
you're almost treating it like such a short-term thing. When actually this is like your career. It's going to be, if you say yes once, then it's,
exactly.
if you open up on a Sunday, then it's going to be all the time.
I know. So, and I think, I've totally lost my train of thought there. But yeah, it just wasn't working for me. And I remember just like feeling quite trapped in my situation at the time. Like I felt that exhaustion. I was feeling really tired, but I would wake up and I'd be like, right, well, you've committed now, you need to do it, blah, blah, you can't back out. You can't, like, I felt like I couldn't make any changes because I was like, well, I chose this. This is my life and I have to just commit to it now. So it was just, not good.
And you know exactly what that kind of burnout is like as well, from obviously being the corporate life, the kind of different.
Yeah, definitely. It's really interesting you saying like you had to be in this room to meet those people.
Yeah.
I remember, and I was quite young. I think back now, I was only 28, and I was in rooms with people that actually shaped how the banking actually works in the UK.
Right.
But at the time I was like, I need to be in these meetings and I need to be on my A game. I can't be. But I was like, realistically, I was like 28. I was like, actually, like these people had like wealth of experience, but I had to feel like I had to hold my own. And then so I was constantly going into meetings. I remember I was always feeling sick. I never felt like great. And I was very similar. Like I was always unwell, and then I burned out. I think I just basically refused to accept a burned out.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is just what life is like in your late 20s when you're trying to like get where you're going. And then I actually had a miscarriage.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And that's actually one thing that really kind of stopped. And I was like, actually, we want to have a family. I can't keep living like this. So I miscarried before I had my first.
I think if you're not going to stop as well, your body will physically make you 100%, stop.
100%. That physically made me do it.
Yeah, it stops you in your tracks and you're like, okay, I actually cannot keep going the way I'm going because it's not working. Like physically, it's not working. Yeah.
I always say like the universe gives you like all these little
many
nudges
signs,
and little prods, and then eventually it will just like slap you in the face.
Oh yeah,
God, yeah.
To the point where you cannot ignore it anymore.
Yeah. And I feel like that happened to me. It was like, you need to stop this.
Yeah.
And actually, when you have a family, I couldn't have done.
No, you couldn't have kept going.
Not have done what I would do now. And also, I love what we do now.
Yeah,
like
of course.
It's like so fun and like it's just I get to meet lots of really cool people and like learn different stories. So like it's been such a good change in direction.
And it's all been like for you as well. Do you know what I mean? Everything's aligned because of that.
Yeah.
You know, and it makes you stronger in the end.
life that you don't want now as well. So it's easier to do that when you're kind of starting out. You're just put these boundaries in place and have a much kind of clearer idea.
It's boundaries, isn't it? It's so hard to set
What
boundaries.
is that?
Oh my
So
gosh. It's so hard. Yeah. It's like probably been the biggest lesson is setting boundaries for me. Like literally saying no now is like I'm still getting a bit used to it, but I'm honouring myself every time I say no to a job that just doesn't align with me anymore. And it's quite empowering as well because it's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Learning to trust your own instinct as well, because
100%.
sometimes you know when you've been offered something or something kind of comes up and you think I could do it, but it's just something in it, your stomach, you just know
no, it's just
not
off.
right.
And
then as soon as you say no, you just feel that relief. You don't feel that regret as such. It's just
100%.
that feeling like I've actually done the right thing. Like I know that was right for me as well.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it definitely is like a learning. You definitely go on a journey of learning to say no.
You need to do it the kind of wrong way first of all to actually realise.
I know, well that's it. I know, and it's like I don't regret any decisions I made like from when I started doing makeup, because it's like you do have to like really work hard, especially when you're a freelancer. If the more you say yes, it's like the more work you get eventually. So of course, but like when I was like 18 to 21, of course I'm gonna like say yes to jobs and have fun with it. But when it gets to a point where, okay, I've been doing this for almost 10 years now and I'm actually physically so
can't
tired,
continue.
like, yeah, something has to give.
Yeah,
And
I
it
do
can't
think
be
a
your
few
health.
years ago as well, probably before COVID, was the peak kind of like, you know, boss babe hustle culture.
Gosh, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
people posting, you know,
Kim
working at 4
Kardashian,
o'clock
nobody
in the morning.
wants to work these days. Like,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Toxic.
Yeah,
It's so
so toxic.
toxic. Yeah. Have a day off.
I know.
Like, enjoy your day off. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. I think it's just that balance between, you know, like working hard, but also knowing that you can't just, you know, work 24/7
That's
as
it.
well.
No, absolutely not. And like, have fun in your 20s. Like,
know,
enjoy your work.
I know,
Definitely.
but it's so true when you said like Kim Kardashian, nobody wants to work those days. I was like, that's also part of the problem. Is you see a lot of people, influencers, and they don't just do one thing; they do a million things, and they're always going a million miles an hour, and they're always like, you see that quite a lot in the Kardashians, where it's like they've not taken a day off in like a year.
I would love to see like one of the Kardashians like come off of a long, hard working week and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. I think I'm going to take Monday off. Blah, blah, blah. I would love to see more of that conversation happen
Also,
and
they're not
normalise
coming
it.
home from a hard day at work and then having to, you know, make dinner.
I know,
nip
exactly.
To supermarket,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know, go to the gym. All those things.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely.
They're
I know.
flying in their private jet. You know,
yeah.
their commute to work and things like
Yeah.
that. Really, my sympathy level is for them is
quite
not
low.
great.
Yeah, they also
Yeah.
have like a private chef, so like
Yeah,
there's also a bit of like
absolutely.
and PTs that just arrive.
Yeah, exactly. I know, everything at the drop of a hat. I know, it's just not real, is it?
Yeah. No, it's not.
Definitely
No.
not. So now you specialise a lot in bridal makeup.
Yes.
What made you kind of go down that route rather than maybe like editorial or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was just all by chance. Like, I think what I love so much about bridal makeup is that, you know, you're not transforming how someone looks in the way that you would do with editorial work, but you're really just like bringing out the best in that person for such a lovely day. And I think that aligns with me and my character. I'm quite like a soft soul. Like, I love things that are delicate and pretty and all those types of things. So it like the meaning of it just quite aligned. I used to work for Bobbi Brown and Laura Mercier. I feel like those brands are quite similar in the sense of they're just bringing out the best in every woman. And so that kind of like mentality was always in my head when I was doing makeups. And I suppose when I worked on counter, I used to have people, like women, come to the counter, you know, wanting to learn how to do their own makeup for their wedding day. And I remember there was one occasion where I had a customer and she's like, oh, I'm getting married in May. I'm doing my own makeup. Like, can you show me just some tips? So I sat her down, like talked her through the full works. And she was like, well, actually, like, are you free on my wedding day? Do you just want to do it? And I was like, okay, I'd never really thought about it before. So I was like, sure, here's my number. You're not really supposed to do that when you worked on counter. But I was like, here's my number, just message me and we'll sort something out. I had no idea what to charge. I didn't really know the protocol. Luckily, I had my mum to refer back to. She's like, well, you know, you need to be there at this time and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay. And I went, and these girls were just lovely, like just so fun. And obviously like the Prosecco's flowing, like the vibes are there. I was literally like, I cannot believe this woman's paying me to literally just make these women feel great, do their makeup and get some great chat out of it.
And you're in a beautiful location.
I'm in a beautiful
probably as
location,
well.
yeah. And I love like having insight into those really special moments, like the first looks with their dad and, you know, getting the dress on. It's just all really, really special. It's not like any ordinary type of day of doing makeup. It's very special.
It doesn't become run of the mill.
Yeah, and not to sound cheesy, like it really is an honour that someone's trusting you with their face on what is probably the most important day of their life. So how can I not say no to work like that? Like, it's amazing. Yeah. So yeah.
What would you say is your kind of signature style?
I think I am quite a natural makeup artist, you know. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a full glam, but I think a lot of my clientele come to me because, again, I'm just enhancing what's already there. I'm like, you've got great skin, I'm going to make it look even better. You've got beautiful eyes, I'm going to really make them stand out in a way that's like quite soft, and like makeup is there, but it's very diffused and soft and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I'd probably say that. I don't know if I've got a signature look, but if I had to say, that would be it.
Yeah, So you talked there about, you know, different like age and their skin and things like that.
Yeah.
You work with obviously brides, but then, you know, mothers of the brides and things like that as well.
Yeah.
How does your approach change depending on their kind of age and what their actual skin is like as well?
Yeah, I mean, you're obviously taking into consideration, especially with the mums. But, right, so I actually love doing the mums because they've been doing their own face longer than I've been doing makeup. So there's a respect there, right? I'm like, okay, I know you've been using this metallic silver shadow for 20 years. Can I divert you to this instead? And it's like, it's a little bit of give and take. But also the mums are actually the easiest to do because, like, I say this lightly, mature ladies, mums of the brides, like, they actually don't need as much as the other girls do.
Yeah.
You know, that way it's really a case of like evening out the skin tone, you know, some nice cream blush, like a nice lip colour. Simple little approaches to the eyes are really nice, you know, like a bit of tight lining really enhances their lashes, some nice wee individuals instead of a strip lash, those types of things. The mums are easy, they don't really need a lot, but it's nice to make them feel pampered and really included. Do a nice skin prep on them is always really nice as well, that kind of thing. So
So when you talk about, you know, having like quite a natural look as well and it being then quite skin focused, how important is then kind of like skincare and actually the prep before you even think about makeup?
Yeah, it's so important. Like, good makeup starts with good skin always. And, you know, skin is skin. Like, you're going to have breakouts, you're going to have redness, dryness. Like, that is so normal. I always try and make sure that I'm like equipped for any sort of skin type. But yeah, like I spend a lot of time prepping skin. I don't want to overdo it with a lot of like lotions and potions and all that kind of thing. Just keep it really simple, be really selective of what you're using. But I really like to, literally when I do bridal, I like to have like a 5 to 10 minute consultation before I even touch their face. I'm literally like, any sensitivities or allergies, like tell me how your makeup wears usually, like is your skin quite reactive, is it sensitive to fragrance, like really investigate and ask those questions so that you can be super selective with what you use. I don't think I would prep skin before makeup with more than like 3 products, to be honest. You just don't want to overdo it. And then when you put makeup on top of that, the skin can't really cope because it's probably not used to it. And so like come to when I'm doing touch-ups before they leave, I'm like, what's happened to your makeup? It's like slid off your face. Back in the day, I used to realise that. I've over-prepped here. I've not been as selective as I could have been.
That's
so it's so
really
important.
That's
it's really important.
interesting.
Yeah.
I did not appreciate if you over-prep.
Oh gosh,
They just slide.
Because if say I've got like, you know, a mum in my chair and she's like, oh, I only use like a moisturiser and like a bit of serum, that's all I use. But then I'm going in with like a toner, you know, a serum, a moisturiser, an eye cream, a face mist, like the skin's going to be like, what? I'm so like it's going to be in shock. And then when you put makeup on that, the makeup's just not going to grip as well because the skin's like overcompensating too much. So it's a lot to think about.
Yeah, no, that's really good. But that's good to know though for people who, if they're trying a lot and maybe then they're putting their makeup on and it's sliding. Then actually it could be because actually they're trying a lot of different products.
Well, your skin can only absorb so much, right? And it's like, where does it go if it can't absorb? It just stays on the surface, you know, and that's creating more oil. That's creating, you know, some people like it because it's quite glowy, but realistically, if you need your makeup on from day to night, it's just not going to last. So,
And you talk as well about, you know, people have different skin conditions, whether it's maybe like rosacea, acne, anything like that as well, even like pigmentation and things like that. What advice would you give someone? Because I feel like, especially for brides, there's all this pressure, like this, you're going to look the best on this day that you've ever looked in your life, not taking into consideration all the stress and everything in the lead up. So it's actually probably really common for brides not to have the best skin on their wedding day. What advice would you give them to make them feel like a little bit more like at ease with that?
I think I always say to brides, like when they first book me, you know, I do get questions like, should I get Botox or should I be getting this kind of facial, that type of thing? And I've always said, like, if it's not broken, don't fix it. Like, especially with Botox, I'm like, well, when you look in the mirror, what's bothering you here? And half the time they're like, well, nothing. I'm like, well, no, don't get Botox then. You know what I mean? Only do that if there's a specific issue you want help with. But yeah, if it's not broken, don't fix it. I think just keep your skincare simple. Don't put pressure on your skin to behave a certain way. Obviously, weddings are like high stress, especially the week before. Some advice I give to my brides is, especially if you've got, you know, rosacea or, you know, acne prone skin, you're going to be, it's reactive, right? So say if you're using active ingredients in your skincare, like retinol or vitamin C or stuff like that, I always say, like, see, like a week out from the wedding, just stop the active ingredients, because when you pair active ingredients with stress, like stressful situations, it's almost like you're just telling your skin to have a breakout, basically. I think just pull it back a wee bit, make sure you're cleaning your skin, moisturising it and protecting it with SPF. That's all you really want to do a week out from your wedding. And then when I come in, we'll do a nice little skin prep, you know, keep it simple, really massage the skin. But it's okay to have breakouts. That's why I'm here. I'm here to, you know, help conceal those things, and it's normal. And like your skin,
work your magic.
Yeah, your skin can't be, especially for women, like our skin can't be perfect all the time. We work to a cycle, don't we? Like we get periods, we're ovulating, that type of thing. Your skin reacts with that too. So I'm like, just don't put pressure on yourself. You're still going to look amazing. That's why makeup is so powerful. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
What would you say, so for example, on a wedding day, you've done all the prep, right? What's the secret to getting your makeup to last all day?
Well, then I would be giving away all my secrets. No, I'm joking.
The secret is to book you.
Yeah, I mean, literally just book me. That's it. No, I think I like to work in layers. A lot of makeup artists work in layers. It's all in technique and how you apply things layer by layer. You know, you can't just go in heavily with foundation and then heavily with powder. You know, that's not going to work. So I would say, first tip is to make sure your skin is super hydrated. Make sure you're like drinking a lot of water. I'll obviously use nice hydrating products. Even if you've got oily skin, hydration is key. And second to having it last all day is just how you set. So again, it's layering. Like if I said I use like 3 powders on you, you would be like, oh, I'm going to look so matte and awful. But it's just in how you use those powders, and powders can do different things. So my first powder would be a loose powder. So you've just done all your cream-based products. You know, put like Laura Mercier loose setting powder. We all know it and love it. I would use that underneath the eye, any areas that crease, like T-zone, maybe kind of these wee smile lines here. Then I would go ahead and just do my bronzer, blusher, and then I would go like a once over in the face with like a more compact powder, like the Charlotte Tilbury, like they do like a compact setting powder, just a wee wash over the face with that. Continue doing what I'm doing, just making sure everything's nice and perfect. And then right at the end, Hourglass do this ambient lighting powder. I don't know what's in it, but it's
Magic
laced
dust.
for something good. Yeah, it's magic. It's like a literal veil. I just dust that over the skin. It's super light. It's not like a heavy, loose powder where it's like heavy duty. So when you layer those 3 powders gradually, not all at once, but gradually, that helps everything just look great, like last all day. And you want your makeup to last all day, but realistically, makeup is not permanent. Do you know what I mean? So you need to also look after your makeup as well as the day goes on. I always say to my brides, have a compact powder, have your lippy on you. You know, maybe a wee beauty blender is always good, because you do need to touch up as the day goes on. But the hard work's done, basically, from me.
I think actually there's probably quite a lot of trust in the makeup artist as well, from when my best friend got married and I was a bridesmaid. And I'm not someone who I wear the same makeup for every single occasion.
Yeah, me too.
I am not experimental at all.
Yeah.
So actually that day, when obviously getting your makeup done, and, you know, as it was going along, you know, and I loved it, but when I was looking in the mirror, I felt like I didn't really look like myself in that sense. I mean, there was nothing that I disliked about it at all. But actually, when I look back in pictures, I'm like, my makeup was amazing.
Yeah,
it's that kind of, you don't really realise how different it needs to be to really show up on camera, because that's the thing. Is I'm on a night out and then I look and I'm like, why do I look as if I've got no makeup on?
I know.
So it really does make such a huge difference that, you know, it's just having that trust that, you know, it's not too much, and I promise you it will look good.
I always say with brides, it's like you're striking a balance between it looking good for when your guests are talking to you face to face, but also looking good in the camera as well. Makeup disappears in the camera, but so you always want a bit more than what you're used to, but then at the same time, you don't want your husband, like, or partner, to see you coming down the aisle being like, who is that? Oh my gosh. Do you know what I mean? You don't want that at all. So it's all striking a balance between it all, which is hard, but it is a skill. And once you get that, like,
Absolutely.
you're grand. Yeah,
definitely. What would you say is the biggest mistake that brides to be make when choosing their makeup artist?
A mistake. I would maybe say, you know, word of mouth is good. I would say I've had a lot of bookings from word of mouth, which has been great. But just because someone said, oh, you must book her, like, she's amazing, like, she did such and such, that doesn't always translate into how that's going to work for you. I always say, like, social media is such a powerful tool these days. Like, go onto people's profiles and, you know, have a look at their work. And if you don't see any posts there that you could see on yourself, then maybe that's not for you. I would maybe say that. And also, like, don't always, like, go for, like, the most popular person. Like, the underdogs are great as well. Like, I remember, like, when I was first starting doing bridal work, it was like word of mouth from other makeup artists. Like, if a makeup artist couldn't do this bride's date, they would then recommend me and some others. And it's that kind of thing. Like, don't always be hesitant to go for somebody that doesn't have as many followers or isn't that active on social media. It does not take away from their skill, like, at all. I think just go for your gut instinct as well. And
I think
stay
you
true
also
to you.
need to like the person.
Oh my
as well,
gosh,
because
100%.
as you say, they
you need to
are going to
vibe.
be part of probably the biggest day of your life. And if you've got someone in the room with you on that really, really special day,
Absolutely.
that you're just like, I really don't like that person, or you know, they're just like bringing the vibe down or something like that, then that's
100%.
Yeah, it's funny because it's like every wedding I've done, me, the hairdresser, or like the photographer and the content creator, whatnot, like, we do bring the vibes. Like, we always do, especially if I know the hairdresser. We can, like, kiki and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's just good. It's just like there's something so sacred and fun about women together in a room getting pampered. Like, it's fun.
It's a lot of actual responsibility because, you know, when there is quite a lot of stress and things like that, you know, and it's really kind of your responsibility to be like, are you okay?
Well,
Just
you're
like,
managing people's energy. Like, it's
absolutely.
a lot. Like, if I've got someone in my chair who's nervous, like, I'm managing that. And I can, like, especially when it's the bride's turn, if you know, it's all getting to them a wee bit when they're in my chair, I'm always just like, let's just pause, like, let's take a breath, like, everything's good. You know, you might feel nervous,
If you
but you're
start
really
crying,
excited.
it's okay, I can fix
yeah,
it.
exactly. Like, don't hold back on your emotions. Like, if you feel teary, I'm like, just let it out now before I do your mascara. You know, that kind of thing. So it's like you're managing that. But I think part of you does have to be like an empathetic person to be able to work in those sort of situations. You know, if you're doing like editorial or commercial or whatnot, it's very much like, I'm here just to get the job done. Like, let's get these shots, blah, blah, blah. The emotion's taken out of it. But when it's a wedding, it's like, no, there's a lot of emotion here. And I don't want to be like, why are people crying? Like, it's like, no, I've got a heart as well. Like, it's fine. We'll manage it. Like, let's just do what we need to do and take our time.
And even like editorial, for example, that the model that's sitting there is a blank canvas
Totally.
and has no opinion at all on it. It doesn't really matter what they think of it as well. So it is so different.
Well, that's it. I know. And I think like a lot of women that I've met when they're in my chair, they are nervous because maybe they've not had their makeup done before, maybe they have and they just didn't like it. Like, I totally understand. Like, I've been in that position before, like years before I ever got into makeup. I remember I got my makeup done and, you know, it was exactly what I asked for. It was very much of that time where it was quite heavy and full glam. But I remember just being like, oh, I really don't look like myself. And that confidence was gone. I kept the makeup on because I'd paid for it. But I remember going on that night out and just being like, I don't want to be in any pictures. Like, I just don't feel like myself. And I always say that to people that are in my chair. I'm like, if there's something you don't like, please just tell me. Like, I would hate for someone to leave my chair feeling the way that I once did. And what feels big in your head, like, you know, oh, I don't know if I like my brows, but I'm too scared to tell her. It's like, no, just tell me because it'll be such an easy fix, but it might feel big in your brain, but I promise you it's
something
not.
that you're going to fixate on all day.
Exactly. I'm like,
want
please
that.
just tell me, like, you're never going to hurt my feelings. Like, I always joke and say, I'll cry when I get home, but I'll never cry in front of you. Do you know that way? So, but no, just always be honest. Like, open communication is key, 100%.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So in terms of like your skincare and things like that, what does that look like? How important is that to you?
Yeah, it's very important. I've been on a bit of a journey with my skincare as well. Like, but like when I was younger, I used to get really bad hormonal acne, like, you know, cystic, like
Yeah,
sore,
same.
red, and like really hard to conceal. So I've realised like I do stand by what I say and just keep it simple. Like less is more basically. So I always work on like double cleansing, especially at night, taking my makeup off like thoroughly. What do I use in my routine just now? So yeah, I will cleanse my skin. I love the Road glazing milk.
I
Have you
love
tried
that as
that?
well.
Oh my,
It's so
what
good,
a game
isn't it?
changer!
I know.
I use it on my clients. Like nobody like doesn't get it on their face. It's so good. So I'll use that morning and night. Just a little bit goes a long way. And then I just use a really nice like water-based moisturizer and then use my SPF every day. That's really about it.
We're
Then I'll
big
use like a wee
SPF people,
exfoliant.
aren't
We are very big
Oh,
SPF
yeah.
Very
people.
much on the
You have
SPF
to
campaign.
like on even in the winter. I'm like SPF 50.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I read a stat that was if you wore, I can't remember what it was, I think it was like a Look Fantastic Instagram post, but if you wore SPF every day for 4 years, at the end of that you'd look 24% younger than what you did if you
worth it.
didn't.
Yeah.
So I was like,
amazing.
well,
Easily.
I know. It's
So
so
if you use it
good.
for 8 years, you're like 50%.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
So-
can like reverse age here.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love that. Yeah.
So obviously you spoke about how you worked for Bobbi Brown and Laura Mercier. What would you say are your favourite or most repurchased makeup products?
Yeah. Well, actually, I always recommend this product to clients because it's like slept on quite a bit. When I worked at Bobbi Brown, we had like pot rouges, which were like cream blushers. There's a shade that they do called powder pink. You look at it and it's like a dusty, like muted pink. It doesn't look like much, but the way it goes onto your skin, like any skin tone, I promise you it will suit. When you've got a tan, when you're a wee bit fairer, like, and the formula, like it's not sticky cream, it's literally just like a veil on your cheek. So beautiful. Like I use it all the time and it's really nice on the lips as well.
Amazing. What shade did you say that was called? 'Cause I will
Bobbi
be
Brown
adding that
Pot
to the
Rouge
basket
powder
later.
pink. Yeah,
Right,
it's
okay.
so good. Yeah. And it comes just in a little pot. It's beautiful. And then I would probably say from Laura Mercier, I love their like caviar sticks for the eyes or like cream shadow sticks. Really nice selection of colours. I think Laura Mercier was one of the first brands to do cream shadow sticks, and now you've got like Bobbi Brown do them, Vive do them. They're all great, but they're just
And
so
they're actually
easy.
really like friendly towards
my gosh,
people who are really
yeah.
bad at doing their own
that's
makeup.
it. Yeah, whenever I do makeup lessons with people, I put them onto these because I'm like, don't spend a lot of time like trying to blend shadow and all that kind of stuff, especially if you're doing like an everyday face. What's so good about these cream shadow sticks is like you just draw them on. You don't need to be neat. You blend out with your finger, and then you've got like a wee smoky eye going on. It looks great. Loads of mascara, and you're good to go. So yeah, love that.
Any other products that we should be adding into our routine?
Do you know, I recently got Vive do like I think it's like their Skin Nova like primer, like and they do it in a balm and like a primer form, but they've got like a Skin Nova, like I think it's called complexion balm. It's like a foundation in like a tube.
Yes, I'll use that one.
Yeah, I recently just got
so
it.
I've got that one, and then I kind of switched between that one and the House Labs foundation as
Okay,
well.
right. I think I'm doing something wrong with House Labs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I get it. Like it seems like a great foundation, but I got it for myself. I've not tried it in my kit yet. I got it for myself, and I just don't know if I've got the right skin to work
really?
with it. Somebody did say to me, unless you've got like really good skin or it's just maybe a little bit dehydrated, dry, your skin's gonna love it.
Yeah.
I've got quite oily skin sometimes, and I just feel like it just didn't work for me. But I feel like
really interesting.
I did try it in the winter, so maybe I'll try it in the summer when my skin's doing a wee bit better.
Yeah.
But yeah, the balm I love, and it's like makeup artist friendly as well because it's not in a glass bottle. It's not like you're not risking it smashing when you're transporting your kit. It's in a nice
That's a really
squeezy
interesting
tube.
thing to actually think
It's
about.
makeup
as
artist
well.
friendly.
Yeah.
It's kit friendly. Yeah. And like a little bit goes such a long way. But yeah, it's glowy. It's like long wearing. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's a really
I was
good
really
foundation
surprised
as
by it. I
well.
love it.
It's lovely, isn't it?
Yep.
Do you have any recommendations for a mascara that doesn't run?
I struggle with this as well.
So I'm on like 4th mascara, and I can't. Waterproof is also not working amazingly.
Right,
So
okay.
I thought I'm going to wait and ask the question.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, I struggle with it as well. I actually do think it's maybe the shape of my eye. Like, I don't wear lower mascara anymore because it does transfer. If I'm doing like a kind of heavier eye, if I'm going out, I'll do lower mascara. But ones that I use and trust in my kit would be like Maybelline Lash Sensation, it's called. Really cheap
That's
and really
like,
good.
that's
Yeah.
really good
I know,
one.
like, the Maybelline mascaras are just like so good.
They are good.
Yeah, and they do a waterproof one. I've not tried that one, but it's good. L'Oreal do, I think they've brought out a new one called Telescopic. That's
I've
a really
just started
good one.
using their new one called the Extensionist.
Oh, sorry, that's the
silver
one I mean.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's really good. I
that's
got that
so
one on.
good.
And it
So
really
do I.
doesn't transfer the same
No.
way, because I used to use a MAC one, and I just used to find that it was just like
Yeah,
all
transparent,
up
I
there
know,
underneath
like
as
in
well.
here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I did throw it on this morning, so this is probably not the best example of running a bit late.
No, not
but
at
it's
all.
a really nice one actually, and I
Yeah.
like the comb. On
Yeah,
it as well.
it's a really good. It grabs your
separates
lashes in one go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's almost got like a kind of little curve on it as well, which I feel like you can really get into.
you
the,
can
the
get right
inner-
in at the root and not like poke
Yep.
yourself in the eye. Bobbi Brown No Smudge mascara. Have you tried that?
No, my sister says it's brilliant.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. I kind of grouch buying like expensive mascaras because you know they don't last that long.
No,
you need
you
to
go
kind of
through them
like
so
bin
fast.
them
Yeah.
after a while. But that one is really good.
Okay, that's
really
good to
good.
know.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow, I'll be adding one of those to our basket.
yeah. Or I've heard the Hourglass one's good as well.
Oh, okay.
But again, quite expensive
Fair enough.
compared to the Maybelline ones. You know,
which are
£8 or you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah.
Amazing. Because I noticed in one of your videos you talk about the Bobbi Brown foundation brush. It's
Oh my
so
god,
good as
full
well,
coverage
isn't it?
face brush. Yeah, like the best foundation brush ever. Like it's synthetic.
Makes such
Like
a
you
big
can apply it
difference,
and blend
doesn't
at the
it?
same time. I know. I feel like I've got like 4 of them now.
Yeah.
Like,
I have actually tried the kind of elf dupe version of it as
Yeah.
well, which is
Yeah.
actually really good as well. You do need to go through them. It's a bit of a false economy because they're like £8 or £9, but they don't last anywhere
No, they don't
near
last.
as
No,
long
I
as
know.
the Bobbi Brown one.
Like
but
the Bobbi Brown brushes, like they are expensive, but like you need to invest in your brushes. Like so, I got my Bobbi Brown brushes when I obviously worked there. I'm actually not even sure if I should have gave them back. Nobody said. I've still got them. But you know, I've had them now I started there in like 2017 even. I've still got them and they're still brand
So
new.
you
Like
look after
you
them
need to look
really
after them.
well.
You need to wash your brushes, let them air dry, you know, preserve their shape, and they will last you a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even in terms of, especially if you've got any kind of like problem skin, anything like that as well, washing your brushes regular is so
my
important.
gosh, the amount of
isn't
people I
it?
know that, well, I mean, I can't see my personal brushes. I do not wash them half as much as I wash like my
Yeah,
professional
absolutely.
ones, obviously, but you need to wash
I know. It's
them.
whenever I
They're
do
like
it and I'm like
bacteria harbouring.
disgusted. I'm
I
like,
know.
oh my god, this is disgusting.
Because people always say to me, oh, like, so how often do you wash your brushes? I'm like, well, my professional ones, like, at the end of every day, like, in the sink, absolutely, like, no questions asked. But I was like, if it's your own personal brushes, like, get a wee IsoClean, like, spray and give them a wee spray maybe, like, every couple days and maybe, like, once a week, if not once every 2 weeks. Give them a good wash in the sink and your makeup will look so much better because of it. It's not just going to help your skin, but it's going to help your makeup too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
So do you do like one-to-one like lessons for people as well?
Yeah, I've
who-
just started doing them. Yeah, so
Amazing.
they're great. So it's like an hour and a half, and I always just say to my clients, like, bring your makeup bag with you so we can maybe use some of your products and we can use some of mine. I can give you some recommendations. We can assess your bag and make sure that you're using the right shade. You know how to apply it, that kind of thing. Because it's like people don't have a lot of confidence with their products. Like I would get it too if I didn't work in makeup and already know about these things. I'd be like, what do I do with this? How do I apply it? Is this actually the right shade for me, or did I get it wrong? That kind of thing. So it just it empowers women a little bit more, gives them more confidence at home.
I think
to
even
use it.
like I used to find as well being a stylist, and I used to do a lot of like kind of wardrobe detoxes and things like that help, you know, if they've got like a job interview or something like that coming up. And again, it's like this guilt that women have, like, I should know how to do this, I can't believe, you know, and I think that's probably, you find that as well, that people are just think, oh, I feel so silly asking you this.
No,
and,
there's no shame in it. Like,
absolutely.
I mean, I'm clued in with like makeup and skincare, but like, see, when it comes to fashion, like, I'm a bit clueless. Like, I don't really know. Like, I want to look like these trendy influencers, but I'm like, so what do I need to buy? Like, what do I actually need in my wardrobe? Like, so that's why that job for you must have been like so fun and good for people. Like,
again, it is that kind of empowering part of it as well,
Absolutely,
where you really see like a difference in people's energy
Yeah.
and, you know, their confidence levels and things like that as
absolutely.
well.
And that's
It
what it's
makes-
all about. Like, just making women feel confident in their routine at home. Definitely.
Definitely. So finally, a question that we ask every GoFind guest is, a GoChat guest, is what is your favourite self-care habit?
So, oh,
No, it's a good one.
that it caught me off guard. I need to think about that. Self-care habit. Do I have to give just one?
No, you can give us a routine if that's.
I think since like the burnout and since like the hearing loss and all those kinds of things, I'm really like day to day just trying to do better for myself in whatever shape or form that is. So I've kind of found that getting outside and walking a lot helps me, whether I'm just like walking, like podcasting, like that kind of thing. Just like getting outside, moving your body, like having a nice stretch sometimes is good. I love a bubble bath. I really do. Like once a week I try and have a nice bubble bath, magnesium bath salts, all those kinds of things. And skincare. I'd say just morning and night, just spending like 5 minutes with your face, give it a little massage, like it's showing up for yourself that I think is the biggest form of self-care, whether that's
time for yourself
physically
as well.
relaxing or just doing a little bit of pampering on yourself. It's so important, and when you implement those things every single day, it does build up to something like big. You know, that way it's good. Yeah.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much. I feel like we have learned so much already and taking notes. I'm going to be listening to this back, but like, what was that shade of
good. Thank you so much for having me.
If people want to get in touch with you, they want to book in for a lesson, or they're maybe getting married, how would they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram. My username is @FaceByEmilySnow. I have a website. The link is all in my bio, but my website is facebyemilysnow.uk. You can inquire through the site. That's probably the quickest way to get in touch. And yeah, that's it.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you
It
so
was
much.
really nice
I've
to
loved
chat to
this.
you. So that's all for this week. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.
Yeah, yeah.